that question of like, is college worth it, is something that I think more and more people are talking about, especially
Right.
with, AI, online learning, the cost of education.
Right.
And I know you've thought a lot about this. What are some of the things that you tell your students about how to think through the go, no go decision on college?
Right. Yes, is a great question. So, is college worth it? I think that question has to be predicated by another question, which is, what do you want to get out of college?
Hmm.
Because you can't determine whether it is worth it or not unless you have an end in mind,
Right.
right? Is going on this trip worth it? I don't know. What are you looking for?
Hmm.
Right. So everything that we do, it has to be predicated by what is the point of it,
Hmm.
and then I can analyze whether this is the best way to get there. So I think that's the first question. Like, what
What are you
what
trying to
is
get out of it?
yeah? What do you want to get out of college?
Hmm.
What's the point? So if somebody says, "Well, I just want to study the classics. I want to imbue myself in the classical world and read great books and discuss them," then I would say, yes, going to college is really worth it
Hmm.
because that's where you're going to find minds who are going to help you do that
Right.
and do it very, very well,
Hmm.
right? If somebody says, "Well, I want to learn engineering and I want to be able to build stadiums with the
Hmm.
retractable roofs," yeah, you should go
Hmm.
and go to a good engineering school. If you say, "Well, I want to go into business," okay, let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Right.
Right.
Most young people now say they want to go into business, not because they want to go into business, but because they don't know what they want to do.
Right.
And business is this huge
Huge thing.
umbrella,
Yeah.
right? They just like everything
Can
is
mean
in there.
anything. Right.
Like I don't think I want to be a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, so I want to do business.
Right.
Okay, so
It's
then
kind of just a catch-all.
it's a catch-all,
Right.
right? So then it's all right. What do you really want,
Hmm.
right? And that's where the conversation goes. So to me, is it worth going at that point? I think it depends.
Hmm.
If it's a good student, then I think it's still worth going to school because what you're going to learn, and I can talk about that, what I think you should learn,
Hmm.
what you're going to learn. I think also about who you're going to meet,
Hmm.
the context, the network, about finding good mentors like you did.
Right.
Some professor can help you in your business life. And also because up to now, and I think for the next few years at least, where you go to school is a little bit of a platform that allows you to go places.
What does that mean?
It means that if you have a degree from a really good university, people look at you more favorably,
Hmm. It's a
right?
resume sticker,
It's a resume
launch
sticker.
pad.
It
Yeah.
still is, right? It doesn't. It's not the only way, but in some ways, it's a simple way to do it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, if that's what you want, then sure. Now, if you're not a great student or you don't like school, at least take a year off and try to
Hmm.
find a good internship. The challenge is that there are not a lot of really good professional things an 18-year-old can do in our society.
Right.
There are not a lot of great internships
Mm.
that a high school graduate can latch on to.
Right.
So take a year off, take a gap year.
Hmm.
But I find that gap years are hard to put together,
Hmm.
right? That they're hard to have a really good,
To put together a
a
productive gap
productive
year.
gap year,
Right.
right? I mean, to work at a fast food restaurant for a year.
Hmm. Is that productive? Starbucks, is that
Right.
productive? Right.
I'm not sure. I don't think so. It might be in some cases if all you need is money, but otherwise it's not a great career path in
Is
most
there,
cases.
think back to some of the people you know, has there ever been a really productive gap year where you go, that's it. That's a really well put together gap year that
The
someone did.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking about, but it was productive because allowed him to reapply
To schools.
to school and go to a better school.
Hmm.
He didn't get into his number one choice out of high school, got into another school that is really good, but it just his heart was not into it.
Hmm.
And I remember sitting down with him and his parents and saying, "You're going to put down $60,000 a year to go to a place that you're not excited about.
Right.
Like, don't do it.
Mm.
Take a year off.
Right.
Rethink what you want to do. Reapply." And in that year, he He worked for Catholic Charities for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think the coolest thing that he did is because of his background, he was a very good skier, and his background in Germany allowed him to go back to the Alps and become a instructor in the Alps.
Wow.
Because
That's
he
interesting.
was almost there. He needed another month to get all the certificates. Like,
Right.
well, that's really cool to do,
Really
right?
cool. Right.
And then did some work in Jamaica, did some service work and things like that, right?
Wow.
So that was
It's a good gap year.
it's a good gap year.
Right.
Now,
Some adventure,
some adventure,
some service.
service,
Right.
and getting some some certificate that he wanted that probably he would have looked back and think that it was a pity that he didn't get it when he could have.
Right.
So and then he reapplied and got into
Great school.
a great school and
Right.
did very well there.
If you liked that video, you're gonna love the full episode. If you weren't sure if you liked that video, you'll still probably like the full episode. Check it out. Where are we gonna put the link? Do I need to do like one of these things?